Hello and welcome, I'm Chris and this is the Hair Tutorial channel, and on this week's video I'm going to be talking about colour saturation. So whether it's a full head to obtain maximum coverage and vibrancy, or whether it's your highlights, I'm going to show you examples of why this matters so much. Now don't forget that this channel is not sponsored, it's your likes, your comments and your subscription that helps it to grow. So thank you for everybody's support, and if you liked videos just like this, then why not like, subscribe and hit the notification button. So let's get straight to it. So for this example, I'm going to be using bleach, but it doesn't matter if you're using bleach or whether you're using colour. The importance of saturation is the same. Okay, so my first section, I'm going to take a nice big section, because you know what, taking a nice big section is going to help me get through these highlights quicker, and I'm going to put on loads of colour because I've taken a nice big section with it. Okay, so that's the thinking here. If I take nice big sections and I put loads of colour on those sections, so then obviously this is going to help me get through this colour, get through these highlights much quicker. Now we can instantly see a problem here, or I hope you can. I haven't managed to get close to the root because the section is so big that the size of the section is stopping that foil getting in close to the root. So you can see actually I'm about ½ an inch away on the parting. So instantly I've caused myself an issue by taking a big section. But I'm going to get through this quick, and I'm putting on lots of colour. So there's our first section. Now at that rate I would get through a set of highlights in no time at all. However, like I just said, I think I would be very worried about the end result for a start from the point of view of the result that I was going to get. So next up on my next section, I'm going to take what I would consider to be my normal size section. Okay, this is going to be sort of about ½ of an inch, and again everybody's sort of normal size section is going to vary depending on how they were taught to foil or just how they feel comfortable foiling. Okay, so I'd say that's about ½ of an inch, and I'd say that's my sort of standard size when I'm trying to sort of foil. And again, sort of experience and the amount of foiling you've done is always going to depend on how much time it takes, and what you'll instantly see is I can get in nice and close to that root. I've got no issue there with it being absolutely right on. So I'm going to get happy with that result compared to the large result, and I'm going to use what I'd consider to sort of be my normal amount of product. Again, I probably would generally say I put on more product than I see a lot of other people putting on, but again, like I said, I'd rather sort of achieve the result that I want, the level of lift that I want, and I sort of feel that this gives me a good result. Okay, so for my third foil, I'm going to use again what I would consider sort of be my normal weave. Okay, but this time I've actually preloaded my foil with some bleach, and I'm using a bald. So now instantly I know from a saturation point of view that the underneath is receiving the colour. So as long as I put enough on the top, saturation wise, I'm going to be okay, because they should come through and meet in the middle. The section is not too big, and the saturation is not so much that the packet is going to swell and cause me issues. And now my final section is actually going to be some baby lights. So I'm going to do 2 baby lights to one of my normal sections. I'm going to take that one out of the way first and do a baby light here, and then I'll do a baby light on that one. So really fine section. And a really fine weave. Okay, so again, a baby light, I would say if you can't see transparently sort of through, then probably That's too big a section. The other thing I'm going to say as well is on this as well, I have again preloaded my foil. Okay, so obviously we're going to leave that to process now. Now, probably on the first one you were thinking, what is he doing? It's blatantly obvious. However, there is so many times that I see this being done, and then people wonder why they're not achieving the levels of lift or not getting the color result that they want. And you may be saying, well, to do a full head of baby lights, which is obviously going to be the brightest, is going to take me forever. And maybe, but the time that you will save in the processing, but you will achieve a much better color result. You may achieve even 2 to 3 levels of lift that you previously weren't able to achieve. Firstly, because the sections are properly saturated, and because with so many foils in the head, you're going to achieve a lot of heat, and this is going to contribute to the amount of lift that you get. So therefore you could potentially save time on the development, but more importantly you're going to save time on actually getting the result that you want. You're not going to be spending as long at the basin trying to use toners to achieve something that you could have achieved with the color or the bleach. So we're going to come back in an hour and I'm going to remove these foils on camera so that we can see the different color result. And I am potentially expecting, obviously for this one, not to have fully saturated through, to be at the lowest level of lift, as well as to probably be a very patchy result. Let's check out those results in an hour. And before I just go ahead and rinse this off, I'm just going to take the foils out and let you see. So obviously this is our first foil, okay, and this was the very large section, okay, and lots of color applied. Okay, so I think that instantly has demonstrated the issue with this section. There's plenty of colour there and it has seeped through, but it is patchy. It is not a good result. Okay, so then to our second foil, which I consider to be sort of my standard foil. Fingers crossed this looks okay. Okay, not too bad. I got one little missed one there. That's not good, is it? You can slate me in the comments below for that. Okay, so this was my standard weave, but this time I had the sense to coat the underside, and instantly we have a better result that I'm a lot happier with. And then finally we have our 2 baby lights, which again, it was a preloaded foil, and again you can see perfect saturation on that. So now I'm going to rinse this off. Now don't forget, if you're getting value out of these videos, to like, subscribe and smash the notification button. Okay, so it's all been dried off, and I'm going to be honest, there's not a lot of difference in the level of lift. Certainly the larger section, the root is very obvious, and also it is more yellow than the others. However, I will say that in the processing time, that the baby lights after about 35 or 40 minutes could have actually been pulled out because they'd reached their top level. So from that aspect, it was quicker. So I hope this video has helped you and shown you some of the tips to maybe getting lighter and brighter color. And don't forget, there are more great videos coming up.